everyone, and welcome back to English Pod. My name is Marco.
And I'm Erica.
And today with Erica, we have an upper intermediate lesson.
That's right, an upper intermediate lesson that's a little bit strange.
It's a little bit strange, but it's a real English lesson because that's what we give you here at English Pod.
So in today's lesson, we've got a lot of really great language for you. We've got language to help you to gossip better.
Gossip. Why don't you explain it a little bit, just in case?
Okay, so if I gossip, I maybe share news or information about other people with my friends. Like I might say something like, Marco, did you see what happened in Chinese pod today? You'll never guess what I saw.
Exactly. That's gossip. And we also have language today to describe things.
To describe strange things.
Strange things. All right, so let's take a look at our vocabulary preview.
Vocabulary preview.
So in our vocabulary preview, we'll look at a few important words that will help you to understand the dialogue a little bit better.
Exactly. And the first word is weird.
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 Now, this is a common word you probably hear all the time and in a lot of different situations. So we wanted to explain it today.
Yeah, this word just means strange.
It's strange.
Yeah.
Weird person is a strange person.
Exactly. But the thing about this word is if you are a young person, let's say under the age of 35, you'll probably use it about 100 times a day.
Weird.
Yeah.
It's just such a good sounding word. Weird.
It is.
Okay, but the thing is that even though it's probably more commonly used in American English, it's still widely used for British English as well.
Yeah, that's true.
So, but maybe in British English you would say something like
Odd.
it's odd.
Yeah.
That's more common. Okay, let's look at our second word. Housewarming gift.
Housewarming gift.
Housewarming gift.
Housewarming gift.
Now, this is a cultural thing. It's really common in North America to give a housewarming gift to someone.
Yeah, if I move into a new house, maybe some of my friends or family will bring a gift over to make my house a little bit more beautiful.
So something like a photo frame or
maybe a plant, or sometimes even like maybe a basket of pastries or something.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah.
I've never gotten one of those because I
Really?
don't have a home.
Oh, where do you live? On the street?
Well, I don't have my own home, so I have never gotten one of those.
Okay.
Okay, so we're ready now to listen to our dialogue.
So we've got two housewives who are gossiping about what's going on in the neighborhood, and let's listen to what happens.
Oh, I don't know if you've heard, but someone moved into that old house down the road.
Yeah, I know. I met the owner of the house yesterday as he was moving in. His name is Armand.
Really? What's he like? You have to fill me in.
Actually, he's a bit strange. I don't know. I've just got a bad feeling about him.
Really? Why?
Well, yesterday I brought over a housewarming gift, but Armand started acting really weird, and then he practically kicked me out. I tried to sort of peek into his house, but everything was so dark inside that I couldn't really get a good look. The whole thing really creeped me out.
Well, you'll never guess what I saw this morning. A delivery truck pulled into his driveway and it dropped off a long rectangular box. It almost looked like a coffin.
You see? Why would he...
Hello, ladies.
Armand! Oh, you scared the heck out of me. This is my friend Doris.
Pleasure to meet you. If you're not doing anything tonight, I'd like to have you both for dinner. I mean, I'd like to have you both over for dinner.
Ooh, that guy seems kind of weird.
You can hear his voice is like a weird guy, right?
Yeah.
All right, let's take a look at our language takeaway and look at some of these great words.
Language takeaway.
So our language takeaway focuses on several words from the dialogue that we feel are really important for you to know.
Exactly, and we have 4 of them for you today. Why don't we look at the first one?
Okay, so the first word is a bad feeling.
Bad feeling.
A bad feeling.
A bad feeling.
So we've got a few examples that will help you to understand how this phrase works.
Example 1.
I don't like Kelly's new boyfriend. I've got a bad feeling about him.
Example 2.
It's so dark. We shouldn't be out here. I've got a bad feeling about this.
Example 3.
I've got a bad feeling about this trip. I feel like something's going to happen. Maybe we shouldn't go.
Okay, so basically you think something bad is going to happen.
Yeah, you have a sort of uncomfortable feeling.
Okay, that makes sense. I have a bad feeling about something.
Exactly.
Okay, let's look at our second word now. Kicked me out.
Kicked me out.
Kicked me out.
Kicked me out.
So when someone kicks you out, it's they force you to leave. You don't want to leave, but they force you to
Yeah. Marco, have you ever kicked someone out of your class?
leave. Yes, I have.
Really?
Yeah. If you misbehave in my class, you're kicked out.
So you're pretty strict, huh?
Well, sometimes I am.
Okay.
Okay, also maybe you've kicked your husband out of bed.
I might have done that once or twice before.
We'll have to ask him. I'm sure he has. All right, so that's what it means. You force someone to leave the house, leave the class, leave the bed.
So kicked out of class, kicked out of the house, kicked out of bed.
Exactly. Great. Let's look at our third word now. Creeped me out.
Creeped me out.
Creeped me out.
Creeped me out.
Now, this is a really common phrase.
I like this phrase a lot, and we've got some examples for you to listen to help you understand this word a little bit better.
Example 1.
Shh. Did you hear that? Oh, I think I saw something.
Stop it. You're really creeping me out.
Example 2.
This place really creeps me out. Let's get out of here.
All right, well, I have a confession to make. I'm kind of creeped out by clowns.
You are?
Yes, I don't know. They're just creepy. They scare me. I don't know.
Really?
Yeah, so-
what is it about clowns that scare you so much?
I don't know. They're just white faces and weird paint. I don't know. It's just creepy. And the way they laugh. Oh, I don't know. No.
Maybe you had a bad experience with clowns as a child.
Probably. I watched a scary movie about clowns or something.
Yeah.
All right.
So creeped me out basically means made me feel uncomfortable.
Yes, it scares you.
Yeah. Well, speaking of being scared, we have our final word for language takeaway, and it is scared the heck out of me.
You scared the heck out of me.
Scared the heck out of me.
You got really scared.
Yeah, I think this is a quite common way of saying, you really, really scared me.
Yeah. Okay, we're ready to listen to our dialogue again. Now, try and see if you can catch all these phrases that we just talked about.
Oh, I don't know if you've heard, but someone moved into that old house down the road.
Yeah, I know. I met the owner of the house yesterday as he was moving in. His name is Armand.
Really? What's he like? You have to fill me in.
Actually, he's a bit strange. I don't know. I've just got a bad feeling about him.
Really? Why?
Well, yesterday I brought over a housewarming gift, but Armand started acting really weird, and then he practically kicked me out. I tried to sort of peek into his house, but everything was so dark inside that I couldn't really get a good look. The whole thing really creeped me out.
Well, you'll never guess what I saw this morning. A delivery truck pulled into his driveway and it dropped off a long rectangular box. It almost looked like a coffin.
You see? Why would he...
Hello, ladies.
Ah, Armand, you scared the heck out of me. This is my friend Doris.
A pleasure to meet you. If you are not doing anything tonight, I would like to have you both for dinner. I would like to have you both over for dinner.
You know, one of the things I really like about this dialogue is there's a lot of great phrases that will help you to gossip.
That's a good observation. So I think it's time for Fluency Builder.
Fluency Builder.
In Fluency Builder, we take a simple phrase or a simple word you already know and show you how to express the same idea a little bit more naturally.
Okay, great. So let's take a look at our first item for Fluency Builder.
So when you gossip with somebody, you often tell them news or information that they don't know already. And you might start by saying, "Did you know that?"
Or you can say, "Did you hear?"
Yeah, both of those phrases are perfectly fine, but if you want to sound a little bit more native-like when you're gossiping, you might try out this phrase from the dialogue.
I don't know if you've heard.
Yeah, that's a really good phrase. You're saying exactly the same thing, but in a really natural way.
It's a great one for gossiping. So, Marco, I don't know if you've heard, but Chinese pod is up to some pretty crazy things.
See, that's exactly how you would use that phrase. So now let's take a look at our second item. Now, when you're gossiping, you want information.
That's right. So you might say, "Oh, tell me about it."
Or something like, "Give me the details."
Yeah, and again, both of these examples are perfectly fine, but when you're gossiping, you might want to try something like this.
You have to fill me in. You have to fill me in.
Fill me in. Yeah, that's what I would say. Fill me in, give me the details. Fill me in.
Fill me in on today's gossip.
Okay, so let's take a look at our third item. Now, if you have some juicy, gossipy news,
And you want to start up a conversation, you might use this phrase here.
Well, you'll never guess what I saw this morning. Well, you'll never guess what I saw this morning.
that's a really good phrase. You can change it a little bit. You can say, "You'll never guess who I saw."
Or "You'll never guess what I heard."
Exactly.
Very excellent gossip phrases.
We're teaching you how to gossip because that's real English.
People really do it, so you got to know the language for it. All right, so enough of our gossip. I think it's time for us to listen to the dialogue one last time.
Oh, I don't know if you've heard, but someone moved into that old house down the road.
Yeah, I know. I met the owner of the house yesterday as he was moving in. His name is Armand.
Really? What's he like? You have to fill me in.
Actually, he's a bit strange. I don't know. I've just got a bad feeling about him.
Really? Why?
Well, yesterday I brought over a housewarming gift, but Armand started acting really weird, and then he practically kicked me out. I tried to sort of peek into his house, but everything was so dark inside that I couldn't really get a good look. The whole thing really creeped me out.
Well, you'll never guess what I saw this morning. A delivery truck pulled into his driveway and it dropped off a long rectangular box. It almost looked like a coffin.
You see? Why would he...
Hello, ladies.
Armand! Oh, you scared the heck out of me. This is my friend Doris.
Pleasure to meet you. If you're not doing anything tonight, I'd like to have you both for dinner. I'd like to have you both over for dinner.
New guy in town. When the bus finally stopped at the small, dusty station, Daniel knew his life was about to change. He stepped down with one suitcase in his hand and a backpack on his shoulder. The town was quiet, almost too quiet. No tall buildings, no loud traffic, no crowds. Just a few small shops, old houses, and a long road that disappeared into the hills. Daniel was the new guy in town. He had come from a big city where everything moved fast. People rushed everywhere, cars never stopped, and nobody had time to say hello. But here, time seemed slower. The air felt cleaner, and the sky looked whiter. Daniel took a deep breath and tried to calm his nervous thoughts. He had accepted a job at the local library. It was not a big job, but it was a fresh start. After a difficult year filled with stress, loss, and disappointment, Daniel needed a place to begin again. This town was far from everything he knew, and that was exactly why he chose it. As he walked down the main street, people looked at him with curiosity. Some smiled politely, others simply watched him pass by. Everyone seemed to know everyone else, and Daniel felt like a puzzle piece that did not belong yet. He found a small apartment above a bakery. The smell of fresh bread filled the air every morning. The owner, an old woman with kind eyes, welcomed him warmly. She did not ask many questions, only wished him good luck and told him the town was simple but honest. On his first morning, Daniel woke up early. Sunlight entered through the window, and the sound of birds replaced the noise of sirens he was used to. He walked to the library, passing familiar faces already. Some nodded, some smiled again. It felt strange, but comforting. The library was old but beautiful. Wooden shelves, dusty books, and quiet corners made Daniel feel safe. He spent the day organizing books and learning the routine. There were not many visitors, but each one seemed important. An old man reading newspapers, a young girl doing homework, and a teacher looking for history books. Daniel enjoyed the silence. Days passed, and slowly, the town began to open up to him. People greeted him by name. The bakery owner saved him fresh bread. The coffee shop across the street remembered his order. These small things made Daniel feel less like a stranger. But not everything was easy. Some people kept their distance. They were polite, but cold. Daniel could feel their questions in the air. Why did he come here? How long would he stay? Could he be trusted? In a town where everyone knew each other's past, a new face created uncertainty. One evening, Daniel decided to explore beyond the main street. He walked toward the hills and found an old park. Broken benches, tall trees, and quiet paths told stories of better days. Daniel sat down and thought about his life, the city he left behind, the dreams that failed, the relationships that ended. He wondered if running away had been the right choice. A soft breeze moved the leaves, and for the first time in months, Daniel felt peace. Not happiness, but peace. Sometimes that was enough. Weeks turned into months. Daniel became part of the town's rhythm. He helped organize a small book club at the library. He volunteered to teach children how to read better. People began to see him not as the new guy, but as Daniel, the man who loved books, who listened more than he spoke, who showed up when needed. One rainy afternoon, the power went out in the town. Shops closed early and streets became dark. Daniel stayed at the library with a few people who could not go home. He lit candles, shared stories, and read aloud from an old novel. The room filled with warmth and laughter. That night changed everything. After that, people trusted him more. Invitations followed. Tea at neighbors' homes, walks in the evening, conversations about life, hope, and regret. Daniel realized that this town was not empty at all. It was full of quiet strength and unspoken kindness. Still, Daniel carried a secret. He had not told anyone why he truly left the city. The job loss was only part of the story. The deeper truth was fear. Fear of failure. Fear of staying where he felt invisible. He had been lost, and he did not know if he had found himself yet. One morning, Daniel received a letter from the city. A job offer. Better pay, better future, they said. He sat alone in the library, holding the letter, feeling the weight of the decision. Leave again or stay? That evening, he walked through the town one last time, or so he thought. The lights in the windows, the familiar streets, the quiet smiles. He realized something important. This town had given him space to breathe, to heal, to become himself again. Daniel tore the letter in half. He chose to stay. Months later, no one called him the new guy anymore. He was just part of the town. His story mixed with others, becoming something bigger than fear or failure. Sometimes being the new guy in town is not about where you come from. It is about who you become when you finally stop running.